Alright, YouTube, welcome to a beginner's guide to Ekko jungle. In this one, I'm going to be taking you step by step, teaching you everything you need to know about this champion to be successful. We're playing this one against a Graves here, which is a relatively scary matchup. Graves is very strong early game. I am not. I am an AP champion though, so when it comes to like scaling potential, Graves gets armor from his true grid stacks and not magic resist. So being an AP champion into Graves is usually more favorable. And when it comes to your clear start, you should always try to start on top side. This is just solid. You can never really go wrong with this, so it makes it for the easiest choice. So we're going to be starting on red buff here as well. You can start Raptors too if you'd like. But I have pretty good gank set up on bot lane with Nautilus. Like, Nautilus is a very good engaged support, so I actually do want to attempt to go for bot lane ganks potentially. And if I want to attempt to go for bot lane ganks, I can't be starting on Raptors, because if I start Raptors, I'd have to catch the Raptors respawn at 4 minutes, and that just really isn't going to work. Use your W there a little early, like 128, and then you want to get hit by the red buff once, so your pet starts healing you a little bit, and then you can shield. The shield goes off right afterwards, basically. We're gonna smite this. We smite there because we want to put the camp lower for our W. If you're starting on red or blue, taking your W first for the passive is gonna give you more clear speed, and then just smite early. QE. Right here, we want to proc the passive one time on the small one, and then leave it at that, because then it will die. And then you can focus the big one down. We can actually hold our Q in this instance, because in this moment, I want this to split. And then I want to be able to Q all the small ones out in one go. I missed one, apparently. Graves is going for an invade. That is fine. This is fine. That's why we placed the ward, right? Level 5 CS invade. He just went red into my blue. So we're going to just clear my topset camps here. And we are just going to go ahead and go for his topset camps right afterwards. I don't know what he's doing right now, but it's fine for me. We obviously saw him on the ward. Is he going to just run back or something? I'm just going to go do his blue buff. He didn't do my blue, so I'm wondering what he's up to right now. He's gonna go like run all the way back to his blue and show up right now. It's actually kind of bad for him. Top lane is like killable here as well, so we're probably gonna look for that. Okay, Shen might be backing off. I don't see a Shen anymore. Gonna go for this guy's Gromp. He's bot lane. Okay, we're gonna chill and take a stop set camps then, no problem. He didn't take my blue yet. I'm a little bit confused as to what this guy is doing right now. Shen is very low HP. I could just kill him, perhaps. Gonna go for the scuttle next. I think Shen is a pretty hard champion to dive for us, so probably not gonna be worth doing that. But this is why you place the ward. It's a very, very clear sign of that ward being helpful, right? Gonna hit level 4, and then we're gonna run up here. I'm gonna be able to catch this guy here real quick. Just gonna quickly flash in there, finish him off. I want to do the flash there as fast as possible, because if I kill him before like his cannon is able to be taken, or like any of this CS here, basically, I want him to die quickly so he doesn't get any of that CS. Actually quite nice. Buy all the like hard AP from your item first there. We're gonna go Nashor's Tooth on jungle specifically. It's very good for jungle. We're gonna build this with the blasting one first for the 45 AP, and then the Amp Tome. We just want to build as much AP. This thing is only 25 AP, so this is much more AP efficient. And Ekko really scales well with AP. You want to build AP first. So yeah. Smite that down low so we can use our W passive, and we can just keep moving here. Good. This is very good for us. Obviously, the ward gave us the information we needed, so we were able to adjust and go for Graves' topside camps. So we are now not in incredibly bad position, losing all our camps to Graves, which is huge. And we were able to get a nice play on the top lane dive because the Gnar pushed him low. We're gonna go towards our bot side camps now. We should be able to get like a nice rhythm of our path going once again, and everything should be more than chill. Even though he did try to invade us, it accomplished not that much, you know. He has cleared my wolves before, because my wolf camp in the top left corner is level 5, so I'm able to actually pick up a tier 2 wolf camp here, which is pretty good. And if he cleared my Gromp and blue that, or whatever he did, I don't know. It's all good. Level 5. There's the Graves. I'm just gonna go for the Gromp. He did do my Gromp and my Wolves, it seems. So that's actually not bad for me. Gonna W over there. Put this down. I'm not gonna walk up too far. My team already has a strong position. And I'm like half HP, so I don't want to risk things too much. Get the Graves for the proc. Beautiful. And then we're just gonna chase this as well. No, that's probably not gonna result in much. Let me see if I can get a random Dark Harvest proc. I cannot. That's actually a very awkward position to be in. Because Graves is gonna have tempo on me now on this Void Grub scenario. But I don't think I'm gonna go contest that because my top laner just died too. If my Gnar had like a strong position, which he just didn't, I might have tried to contest those Void Grubs, but I can't really because the Gnar dies. And then the Shen just has more pressure. The mid laner also has the recall, so I don't really have anything. Oh, we just went bot side. Okay, we're just gonna reset instantly. The reason I'm resetting here is because I don't think I can really play for much. My bot lane is already out of that fight scenario. There's not much I can do there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to instantly recall. And I'm just going to go straight to the Void Grubs now because Graves went bot lane. So I should have like a decent like potential to actually take the Grubs now. If my bot lane was healthier, I could have maybe looked for a play there. And tried to help them in a fight. But they were all 1 HP. They're all just going to disengage. And Graves is most likely going to end up doing Dragon now. So we're just going to instantly do the Grubs. On Ekko, it's very important that you proc your passive on the Grubs on cooldown. This is going to give you a lot of clear speed. We're going to drag them back a bit. And then here, we're just going to hit the passive on everything. He does Dragon indeed. Make sure they proc the passive. Does good damage to the camp. There's level 6. Beautiful. And we're going to use the Smite on the very last one. And we just trade Dragon for Void Grubs. Okay, Graves is over there going for his Raptor camp, I think. So I'm going to go for his topside camps here. I should be able to take this in time. Because he was like bot side for an extended period of time, so I should easily be able to go for this. Unless he instantly runs here. Which he could. I do have to respect the fact that Shen R is a thing as well. And we're going to just take these camps. They're going to leave his blue up for now. Because this blue is like... This one I can drag all the way up here. So it's harder for him to like deal with. Gonna stand right here. But the blue obviously is something he might prioritize going for. So I can just leave the blue up for a bit. Not really care about the blue too much. And just get 2 of his camps. And leave the blue up. To be safer with it. Because the blue is a much more risky camp to go for in that moment. And the Gromp really isn't. Because I have more ways out. So we're just gonna hit the Scuttle down. Hit the level up from the Scuttle. And we might be able to look for an engage here. Still. If he's around. I'm gonna W in case he's here. He is here. Gonna walk with him, hopefully. Get the Dark Harvest proc, perhaps. Quickly finish him off. Waited for my cooldown there. The Shen ultimate wasn't a big enough shield for that to matter. Oh. Can I ult in time? I can. We're good. Dash the wall. Dash back into the stun. Couldn't really do that on the range that I had. Gnar finishes him. Perfect. I was trying to click back on the Shen to get my stun on that, but I couldn't click it, and I was just barely out of range. I could have potentially flashed back into the stun, actually. Could have been a play. But this is fine. We want to recall right there instead of doing anything else, because we can afford our item. We can afford a Nashor's, which is huge. Nashor's pickup is massive. On jungle, this matters a lot because of your W passive as well. And in like skirmishes, extended skirmishes, this thing is really, really strong because you don't rely on your abilities as much. You can just hit it down for passive procs. It does add up quite a lot, but it gives you a tremendous amount of clear speed because of the attack speed it gives you. And then obviously the passive procs, you can hit faster on these. Because now every single time I W passive procs faster because I have way more attack speed. And it gives me a lot more clear speed that way. Smite this one down. And then we have an entire rotation of our clear up right now, so we're going to just clear everything. Hit this down as well. We just want to make sure we have good clear tempo right now. Mostly focus the big one. Small ones still die to pet damage. And since there's no mid laner here, we're just going to clear the wave. Make sure he doesn't really get to push too much further. If my Aurora was there to take the wave, I wouldn't do that, of course. But my Aurora is just running out of base still. Whoops, that's a bad E. We're looking at bot lane actually. They're getting engaged on, so I should move here. We're gonna smite and passive proc, and we're just gonna move down real quick. Need to do one more hit. Graves is mid. We're gonna run bot as quick as we can. I'm gonna try to get here in time. Good stun on this. I should be able to finish him here, hopefully. He barely get his shield off, so I think he actually does get the kill on my Nautilus, which sucks, but he's worth a big shutdown, so... If Void Grab spawning in about 40 seconds, I definitely want to look for that, of course. Ooh, I missed the cannon. Yikes. Oh, wait, that's... I don't have chat on, it's whatever. It would be smart if my support comes to the Void Grubs here. Because that gives us the extra number we can currently use to get the level 6. The 6 Void Grubs, sorry, not the level 6. But that extra number there is big for us right here. This is all good. Nautilus is going to show up here as well. I think Graves is going to be here shortly.
No one keeps me down.
I think I just go for Shen at this point. Oh, we go for this guy. Very good hits. Very good kill. That's why we want to have the Nautilus right there. That's why I pinged the Nautilus, because as soon as we play for this objective, I want the Nautilus to be there. And I just always ping my support in these moments if I can. Just to get them to show up, like right for this objective. Especially if they're running out of base right there. Tomcans went back to bot lane, so we have the numbers advantage and we can secure the objective for ourselves, which is huge. There we go, beautiful. We see an opportunity mid here, perhaps. This guy's not really paying attention. Bro, are we kidding? That actually, he survived that a lot longer than I thought he would. I do have a lot of gold right now, so doing like anything like a dragon is actually pretty scary. I don't have Smite either. I should be very careful not trying to fight this. Like, my current situation doesn't really allow me to go for the dragon that effectively. I might have been able to, like, push the Graves off the dragon by sheer presence, but I really have to respect the fact that I can't fight that due to the amount of gold I have and the fact that I don't have Smite. So my like, tempo doesn't really allow me here to play for this. I am currently farming out a little bit more gold instead of recalling, because I'm practically have already given up on the dragon. I don't really mind that much, but I need to be able to afford my item on this next recall. So I'm just going to give it up, I think, unless this is very fightable. I think it might be fightable, perhaps, even though I have a lot of money. Depending on my Aurora a little bit. Hit this and just ult back out. And right there, what I do with Ekko is I just prep my ult up. We prep the W as we go in, so we have an extra shield. And then with your like engage, you can QE auto attack, and this will give you 3 passive procs. And at the moment you hit that passive, you want to smite. Like the second that the passive connects, you want to smite. And if you do that, you're gonna smite for an insane amount of damage because your passive does a serious amount of damage on top of your smite. This is like one of the biggest things Ekko can use, and it's really hard to outsmite an Ekko if you do that correctly. So you really want to try to make sure you get that passive proc to go with your smite. This is also counts when you're trying to secure a smite, when you are doing the objective. Try to hold on to your hits and let your team hit the objective down, so you can passive proc and then smite to finish off the objective. This makes your smite much more guaranteed and a lot better to use that way, like for like guaranteeing objectives and stuff. Good, let's hit this plant. Right now, there's nothing really on the bot side of the map, so we can potentially like look to clear topside. Obviously, Scuttle my topside camps and also his topside jungle, perhaps. We do not have ult currently, and we do have to deal with a potential Shen, so we're gonna maybe have to be a bit respectful about that. And I also kind of want to look for like a first turret angle on top, because I actually have to get that feats of strength victory. So we're gonna go for this top lane turret here. I think Gnar already has it actually. That's fine. It's a good engage from Nautilus, that's perfect. So what Nautilus is doing right now is really good. Like in this current game state, he wants to be with me. He wants to like try to look for engages with me. And that's like what he's doing right now there, which is very, very solid. He walked up, he made an engage on the Graves. We're very happy with that. I'm gonna hold a strong position here. We see Varus there. We see Hui mid. So we only have like one missing person on the map at the moment. Which, there's the Tahm Kench. And we just want to pressure for this turret, ideally. Shen is probably going to try to taunt me to aggro for the turret, which is fine. Because we can just R here to get the damage to hit, as you can see. As it closes in on the Shen, I'm using it right there to finish off the Shen with the R, as well as dropping turret aggro. So I can just basically bait the Shen into that play. Passive proc there, massive damage, and we're just going to have to leave now because we're incredibly low HP and we have no ult. But we were able to finish off the turret there, which is absolutely massive. So we just move on. Time to get my Sorks here as well. Good. Actually, I have exactly 750 gold, so I'll just upgrade my Sorks into Spell Slinger shoes. Because of the feats of strength victory, right? So now we're looking at the map. We have an objective up, which is the Rift Herald, which is something we can definitely play for. Dragon's not going to be up for like 2 minutes, so that's probably not going to happen. I have 11 out of 13 kill participation, which is absolutely insane. Like, that's a really good kill participation right there. And we just want to make sure we keep our clear tempo up. Now, because my mid laner is literally like 1 HP bot lane, and my Gnar just died, and my position for my Nautilus isn't very favorable for me, I can't really contest the Rift Herald here, I think. I might be able to take a look real quick with my W, because I can get a little bit of vision with it. Shen is bot lane. Nautilus is now on the map again. We're going to let this dash, and we're going to dash over now. And then we're just going to see if we can do this. I'm going to do this in like the backside of the pit, so they might not actually see me doing it initially. Make sure E there, and I can get the proc on the Rift Herald's eye. Okay, Corki is running off to Narnia right now. Finish that off with the passive hit and the backstab eye, basically. I say backstab, but yeah, you get what I mean. He had the Rift Herald eye hit. I'm gonna go for the Tahm here. We're just gonna hit him down with Nashor's Tooth and W passives, hopefully. I have to ult to heal. He should die there. Okay, good. Tahm is pretty tanky, honestly. Like, it's pretty hard for me to kill him. I'm gonna smite that, put it low, and heal this up. Hit this guy down with auto attacks as well. Very nice. Like, Nashor's coming in big time for damage right there. Like, getting all those extra hits in is huge. We're gonna have to reset here. Because we need to play for the Drake. Move out of base. That was the wrong skill. Right now the dragon is spawning, so we just instantly recall towards the next objective and try to get there in time. So we can play like for a pretty good tempo here. And they can't like trade a topside play like that for a dragon at least, you know what I mean? Hit this down as well. Oh, he took my blue and my Gromp. He took both. Okay, fair enough. He took those 2 camps for the topside play. That's fine. We're gonna just hit this Q and we're gonna let it like walk all the way out of the pit here. And we go back in with the passive proc. Passive does 1300 damage with an E combined. If I combine it with Smite, it's like 2500 damage. Passive by itself is like 1000 damage, so that's good. We're getting to 5000 HP. We're gonna hit it. 1, 2, E Smite. Okay, I missed it by 18 HP, but that's the idea behind the Smite. I smited it from a massive distance and I was able to secure that pretty easily. Good. Get the stun off and we just leave. Get the passive to proc on this guy though. And we're gonna go back over. I have no skills, but because I have Nashor's Tooth, I can probably get this. Okay, they're literally both 1 HP. I got feared away by the Hui there at the last moment, so I couldn't really get anything. But because I have Nashor's, I can proceed that fight even if I have nothing up, which is massive. And we're just gonna Herald the bot turret now as we killed them. Because now the Herald's big value since they're dead. I can use this very effectively to get a lot. E on the turret. I'm just going to hit the turret down while we queue the wave. We're going to right click this again. And then dash it into the next turret. Hopefully in time before they respawn. And then I should be able to leave right after. I'm not going to try to stick around for anything here. We're just going to leave right away. Because we want to recall in time for like not losing tempo on Otacon. I'll get 1 camp here real quick. Line them up and recall. My team has pressure on mid lane right now, so they're probably going to respond over there. But I am going to take my reset for now, and we're going to go buy large roll towards the next item. Regenerate our entire HP bar back, and my team will now reset as well. We've spent our money, we can go back to the other call on the map right now. 17 out of 20 kill participation is really, really, really good. So we are looking very solid right now. Perfect, we move. My smite will be up in time. The passive does 1200 damage. Good to note. Should be able to get one more passive proc in here. Okay, it looks like this might die before that. That's fine. Gonna smite it up. And we're just gonna hit all the plants down. Don't forget to take the plants. Very important. Good. We obviously have nothing to recall for, so we're just gonna take the time while my team resets here, so we can go for our entire jungle clear. Or whatever is up at least. Wait for our team to be back on the map. We have 850 gold for our item as well. Something to keep in mind, so I'm definitely looking at that right now to get enough money for this item before we take the next fight. I might have to help. No, we're good. Farming out your item before a fight is important. Like, before I ideally want to try to engage anything, I want to finish this item. So if I can do that right now, I will. And the second I get the item, I'm recalling, going to buy the item, and then we'll move back on the map with my team. You really don't want to like have an item you can purchase in base, like an entirely completed item, and then go for a fight. Like, having the extra item is huge, 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 huge value. So always try to look for that. Don't try to go for a fight if you can purchase an item, unless the fight's like kind of free or you really are forced to do so. But ideally you don't want to do that, because item completions are everything. I think I should be able to easily go over the wall here. Auto attack this guy down. E, passive proc. And an ult here as I get low. Heal myself back up to full. Finish that guy off as well. Got the slow on him. Very good. Like, Nash just being super valuable there. Because I get all the extra hits off. That's done 2000 extra damage. But I also get more W hits off. And I stack up my passive without having skills. Like, all the extra attack speed here is incredibly valuable. Beautiful. I don't really have a wave to push with right now, and they're actually not going to respawn relatively shortly, so I guess we can take a look for a recall. I'm looking for his camps right now, but that's really not happening. Okay, that guy just got hit by Nautilus, and this guy is in my stun as well, so I might be able to do something. Although I don't have my R. My Nautilus played that pretty smart, so we're happy with that. And then Nash is again coming in big time there for like the extra auto attacks. It's just consistently good damage. 30 seconds on Dragon. We're going to go back and buy our item again, which in this case is going to be another large rod. And we're just going to run out of base towards our bot side camps as they spawn, and we can play for the Dragon as that spawns as well. Trying to keep up like the pressure for the objectives. Baron is obviously going to be great for us to be able to shove, because the enemy team does have pretty damn good wave clear, so pushing is relatively difficult. Obviously, in games like this, where I'm doing really well, like obviously you can go Magi's. I personally would have built a Magi's, but I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with Magi's. And just building just like this is completely fine. But Magi's would help you snowball much faster in case you want to play with that. As an AP jungler, it's never a bad decision, really. As an Evelyn player myself, obviously I'm really used to playing with the Magi's, so yeah. Smite that out. Good. Sweep over here. My Aurora is in an interesting position right now. We're going to go for this guy. We flash in an auto attack move so we can get the hit on Graves without really having to click him. Couldn't really dodge that. Okay, I'm going to have to ult, otherwise I'm dead. They had quite a bit of CC on me there, so I'm just going to respectfully ult. It's okay. It's like a 30-second cooldown. It's not bad.
Never look back.
Okay, we're looking at like mid here. I'm like playing relatively defensive right now because I don't have ult and I don't want to risk my life because I'm worth 1,000 gold. So I just have to respect that a little bit. We can like play for Baron here basically. Okay, got my ult back now, so good there. I want to look at like Graves camps here as well. So we're gonna take those. See if we can go for the Shen here. Beautiful hook from Nautilus, and we should be able to do the Baron. Get the initial hit off before you get hit by Baron, so your damage doesn't get cut in half, and that initial hit does a lot of damage, as you can see. Right here, it'd be ideal if my Nautilus actually tanks the Baron correctly, so I can get my passive procs for massive damage, but you have to like outrange the debuff, because my Nautilus is not perfectly standing in melee range. We're gonna do this, smite this together with the E, with the passive smite, as I mentioned, right? Like, that's how you want to secure things completely. It's very hard for them to outsmite me in those ways. And doing that consistently is a very smart thing to get used to, so you can't really lose any smite battles as Ekko, which is big. We're gonna finish the blue real quick for the team, but we're also gonna recall because we can afford another item. In this case, I'll just go for the Zonias, because there is one thing I do want to show you, which I can look to try to do it in the fight, or I could just like show you it separately. I'll try to look to do it in this fight. There's a trick with Zonias you can use on Ekko with your W and your R. If you go in and then W Zonias, they stand on you, they're gonna get stunned, your R closes in, and your R one-shots the entire enemy team. So that's a very cheesy way of playing with Zonias on Ekko. The wave is gonna push in here, so we're gonna clear the wave as we walk up. Get this down. And I think I just want to go in. I don't see anything. I'm completely blind here. W Zonias. See if they stick on me. Like, I'm just going to do the trick there. As you can see, you can get a nice play off that potentially. This is all good. I couldn't really get it to work there very well. We're going to ult here. Didn't really hit. Yeah, I'm just super dead here. I just got 5 seconds CC'd in the entire fight. That was kind of wild. I couldn't get the initial play to work very well because I wanted to show you the way that works. But then afterwards, I kind of missed my ultimate timer as well. I think I was like a half second too early before my ult actually reached this position. So I ulted like maybe back to this point, and I didn't get to hit my ult on 2 of them, which made me like miss the double one-shot. So slightly too early. But at least that's the idea behind the Zonias. You can W Zonias, especially if they are converging on you or engaging on you. W Zoniasing, wait for your ult to close in, and then you can make a look for a play. I didn't do it particularly well there. They respected it completely, which is fair enough. I probably could have maybe used it later in this moment of the fight and had a better scenario for myself, but that is something you can do. Well, I might be able to make it work in the next fight a little bit better instead of just trying to show it, because I was just trying to show it there without like realistically using it. So yeah. And out of base, we're just simply going to take our topside camps for a bit. Like, obviously want to take the red buff. Big thing here is the Drake Soul as well. That is definitely something to look for. Just gonna hit this down. I definitely want to get this Dragon Soul. I'm gonna like kind of stall for that a little bit. Obviously, if I don't want to lose a fight and lose the Drake Soul. Drake Soul is huge. You just want to go for this, honestly. We should have a very strong fight position. We really should. Very good Nautilus. That's what I was waiting for. Beautiful. He's got stunned into that and he just instantly dies. Use the Nashers here. I couldn't reach him there fully. That's fine. He had the flash. I'm just going to turn around for Dragon at this point. Because I don't want to like not take the Drake Soul here, right? Like, I'm just going to go for it. I made a pretty decent engage there. I forced a bunch of flashes, but I'll just go back and just be a good jungler and take the important objective, which is Drake Soul. It's very strong to have Drake Soul in the game. There we go, and now we'll move forward again. Okay, my Aurora was unable to get the top turret, unfortunately. Nautilus. Or we did end up getting top turret, okay. Just quickly one-shot him. And right there, what I do is I flashed on this guy in time, so I can use my Q as it was flying backwards to still hit him with it. So I actually did a lot of damage to him really quickly. Unfortunately, Tom was able to save him, but, you know, fair enough. Hit that on the Graves. Good poke damage. Get the wave cleared as well. I want to make sure their inhibitors go down here, so I'm like really focusing on hitting that down. As you can see, I clear these very quickly. So this is a lot of pressure on them. Stun the Shen. He's in his dodge. I have my ult back. We're gonna hit the turret here. Gonna be very careful. I do have to respect the HP I have currently, but I'm gonna just hit the turrets down. No, I might be... Can I Zonias in time? I can't Zonias in time. Okay, we're chilling. We're gonna ult instantly, heal ourselves back up. And we're just gonna hit this inhibitor down. Perfect. Or inhibitor, Nexus, there you go. That is it for Ekko. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like button below. Be sure to subscribe as well as follow over on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the endgame stats. Okay, so for the endgame stats here for this one, I ended up doing 44.7k damage, which is a very good amount. True damage at 2700, objective damage at 89.2k, very high. Healing done 26k, and damage taken at 41. Self-mitigated at another 32. Gold earned at 17.6k. For the runes and the build, we have the Dark Harvest as your main rune. I see some Echoes running a Hail of Blades, but that's really not that worth it in my opinion. I think with how strong Dark Harvest is now, this does a lot of damage and it just makes sense. Like for jungle at least, like we're talking lanes, Hail of Blades might be better, but for jungle specifically, definitely should rock the Dark Harvest. Does a lot of damage in games. It's a very, very solid rune right now. A sudden impact for an extra 1500 damage. We just have Grizzly Mementos as like the best one to take there basically. Treasure Hunter for additional gold tempo. I really value the gold tempo very highly because being able to get faster into your first item, which is your Nashor's, is a massive spike here for jungle. So the extra 450 gold can really help. And we have Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm for the additional AP to go with that. When it comes to the build for jungle Ekko specifically, I always recommend going Nashor's Tooth first item. The reason I do this is because this is a very consistent way of, one, clearing your jungle camps faster because you're going to get your hits in faster. For the passive damage on your W on objectives as well, it matters a lot. And two, if you have a lot of skirmishes going on, Nashor's is actually very valuable. If you go something like Lich Bane first, or like Lich Bane Rocket Belt, which is what I see Ekko players do as well, it's actually more tricky to play those fights because if you run out of skills to use, Nashor's can still really kill the enemy very quickly with the extra attack speed. You can get the passive to proc faster. You can have like low HP targets you can hit for more damage as well. This item I find very valuable for those reasons. It really helps you in winning those fight scenarios while also clearing up your or speeding up your clear speed a lot, especially on objectives as well. So that's why I go for it, why I think it's the most valuable one. Now, following that, there are some ways you can go from the Nashor's Tooth. You can go Nashor's Tooth straight into the Death Cap and just go for a lot of AP, which is a very solid way to go. You can also go Nashor's Tooth into Magi's into Death Cap, for example, if you are comfortable playing with Magi's and you can snowball with it. That's really good. I obviously didn't opt into a Magi's in this game specifically, but I am a player that does enjoy Magi's since I enjoy Evelyn and it comes with the territory there. So you know, that is a way that you can go in and like Nashor's into Magi's into Death Cap is a colossal amount of AP snowball potential. You can also go Nashor's into Lich Bane into Death Cap. This is a bit cheaper than Death Cap, and it's just also very consistent. It's kind of, however the gold amount comes out and whatever you like, honestly. You just kind of try around a little bit. As long as you go for the Nashor's first, honestly, on jungle Ekko, which I think is the most important thing. You can go Nashor's into Death Cap and then Lich Bane, or you can go Nashor's Lich Bane Death Cap, or you can go Nashor's Magi's Death Cap. Kind of whatever you want. You, at that point, do have some slots open. Zonias is a very good defensive option with Ekko because you have combos that work with it. If you W Zonias in position, you can get the Zonias to proc. The moment you come out of Zonias, your W is going to proc, and you will have a stun around you for a big shield as well. And if they are converging on you, this could be a good thing, especially if like your ult's also closing in within that duration. You can get the stun, you can get the ult to go in, and you can really snipe out a lot of people that way. So Zonias is a very good defensive option. Another one is Banshees can be very valuable as well if they have a lot of like range targeted stuff, CC, magic damage, Nautilus Hook, Lux Cube, Nautilus ult. Those things really allow Banshees to shine, potentially Ash Arrow as well, those types of stuff. solid option too, especially if you need some air magic resist. Your enemy team is a bit magic damage heavy. That's also an extra consideration you can make. And you obviously have something like a Void Staff as well there to get some extra magic penetration in wherever needed. If you do not win the feats of strength, it is actually worth selling your boots for something that gives you movement speed. Usually this ends up being a Cosmic Drive for me. This especially works well if you already have a Magi's too. Like you have Magi's with Lich Bane and like potentially Cosmic Drive, and you're gonna have a ton of movement speed. If you don't win the feats of strength, the boots can be gone, and you can just have enough movement speed to compensate, no problem. But yeah, that's it for Ekko. If you have any questions, leave those below. If you have enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, as well as follow over on Twitch, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another one. Bye.